These poems are dedicated to all those whose lives have been spent in bringing peace to this planet. Wherever you are, I bow my head. May peace be on this earth. We are all united with the thread of love. May each one of us realize the garland of life.
Is life like a cosmic merry-go-round? Everything is spinning. Look at the Earth and the planets spinning around the sun. Look at the spinning galaxies. To me, it looks like a cosmic merry-go-round. Everything is in sync and in motion. Nothing ever stops. It's constantly in motion. Yet at times we are oblivious to this. We are driving in our cars with our cell phones. Did you know the Mayans had a calendar where the cycle was 24,000 years? What a ride that must be. We are proud to have a calendar based upon the Earth traveling around the sun for 1 year. How about a calendar that lasts 24,000 years? Where do they get that kind of knowledge? They didn't have any kind of modern day instruments. To be honest, I'm loving seeing that science and religion is slowly melting into each other. Both the scientists and the mystic have their own laboratories. The mystic has one within, and the scientist is external. Both of them are doing research. Both of them are gaining wisdom. The scientist may say, what does the mystic know? The mystic will simply smile. There's nothing to prove. The truth needs no convincing. I'm looking forward to the day where scientists are mystics. When that happens, I think that's when things really will be interesting. When man embraces peace, many incredible inventions will come out. These inventions can't come to Earth if man is still warm with each other. The mystics are discovering the field, which is quantum energy, which ties the entire universe together. A human being can connect to the field. Mystics have known this for thousands of years. Ponder this over. Discover the merry-go-round of life inside of you. The end is near. Did you know that for thousands of years man has said the following? The end is near. The world is going to end. Armageddon is around the corner. I remember in the early 60s the famous Christian book talking about the sign of Armageddon. World War III was on its way. Why do we marvel so much at the end of the world? Why do people almost get gleeful when they hear about this? Do you think that God has a plan to destroy the earth? Do you think in order to be saved, the earth must be destroyed? It took billions of years for life to appear on this planet. Do you think that God wants us to blow up in a cloud of smoke? I don't think so. God is kind. The universe is kind. God is love and compassion. The universe is love and compassion. Let's face it, at this moment, humanity is pretty messed up. Yet millions of people are waking up from their slumber. Light is shining throughout the land. Darkness cannot prevail in the light. Darkness is the absence of light. When the light shines, darkness disappears. This is probably the greatest time to be alive. Man has the intelligence and wisdom to dig out of the hole we are standing in. The shift is occurring. The media slowly is reflecting it. Look, even NBC News ends the news on a good note. They show some unknown person helping the world out. Mankind has a great heart. I have traveled around the world and I personally see that mankind is good. There are a few bad apples out there, but the majority of people are kind. All these refugees are like you and me. They left their countries because they had no choice. Now we have an administration who calls them terrorists. We even have Muslim countries that are blacklisted. Ponder this over. The end is near. It's not what you think. The light is going to shine brightly, just like the sun on this land.
The good old days. Many people lament, where are the good old days? Quite frankly, I believe this present moment is the good old days. Should we be living in the past and moan, the past is over? When I was young and innocent, life was good. I was free and didn't have any problems. Life was more carefree and relaxed. Oh, I yearned for such time. When I was young, I saw I had a tendency to think, oh, next week I will be happy. When I graduated from grade school, junior high school, and high school, I always thought the grass is greener on the other side of the hill. One famous teacher once said, yeah, it's burned. Man has a tendency to look to the past or towards the future. When I get married, I will be happy. My life will be complete. Still, the hole is not filled. Well, when I have a family, my life will be complete. Still, the whole will be not complete. I have many friends who are workaholics. One of them died at the observatory many moons ago. He simply worked his way to death. How sad. He left behind a beautiful child. So where is the sweet spot? Where is the place that you can feel content and relax regardless of the circumstance? Where is the place that is called home? Where is the place where you simply smile? You have nothing to prove. You don't try to convince anybody. This is your true home. Mystics have talked about this for eons. This place is real. This is your true nature. You are the universe. You just don't know it. Ponder this over when you think about the good old days. There are so many beautiful temples throughout the lands. Each one was built so man could worship God in their own ways. Some of them were built thousands of years ago. Yet did you know where the greatest temple resides on this planet? The human temple. You are the human temple. God resides inside of you. You are the universe. You just don't know it. Man has been searching for God outside of himself for ever so long. Yet the mystery has been inside his being for eternity. Does that excite you? Or who cares? What's the difference? What has it got to do with me? That's a fairy tale. There is no God. Well, do you believe in quantum energy? The scientist knows the entire universe is composed of quantum energy. Maybe, just maybe, this is God. God does not have a form. God does not judge. Man does. Can you imagine a force of love that ties the entire universe together? This force exists inside of you. This is your true nature. You are a part of this force. You are eternal. Yet, you have forgotten your true state. These sayings will hopefully help you on your journey in life. Hopefully, they will provide you with healthy hints on your journey. As I said, I'm not trying to convert or convince you. You have free will. Yet, I'm telling my story in life. It began many moons ago. I love this journey in life. I love seeing the signpost of God in my life. Ponder this over. You are the human temple. Discover the jewel inside of you. Island of Bali. This is dedicated to my brother John. My brother has a love affair with the people of Bali. He has been there numerous times. My brother is a surfer, yet he admits he has hardly surfed in Bali. My brother is captivated by the beauty of the environment and the people. People make the environment special. Imagine going surfing to a place where war is taking place. You would be scared. You wouldn't have a good time. Bali is a place where people are happy with life. People are content. Their society has changed ever so much since the 70s. Back then, it was a small and sleepy country. Today, high-rises are everywhere, yet the people remain the same. I see there is a volcano ready to erupt. I pray that people will get out of harm's way. The volcano is a way for Mother Earth to let go of the pressure. It's like a man screaming at the top of his lungs for emotional release. Anyway, let's get back to Bali. My brother loves this country. You could say it's his second home. Now my brother loves to meditate. What a beautiful place to meditate in. He loves to write music. In fact, this song playing in the background is John's. We love the collaboration between us. There is a thread of love tying us together. We have been meditating combined for 92 years. Meditation is a hobby for us. We love it. We have been around the blocks many times when it comes to meditation. Hope you can feel the love of the music and words. Both of us are trying to tap into the source and bring the waters of life out. I have always wanted to go to Bali. In some ways, I have. The last days of the dragons. That was the last golden age. Man was in harmony with himself. Man was in harmony with the universe. Man was in harmony with the earth. Man was in harmony with the dragons. You see, dragons can live for thousands of years. They have great wisdom. Man was taught this wisdom from the dragons. Generation after generation learned from the same dragons. They were respected throughout the land. Children especially loved the dragons. Dragons loved the innocence and love from the children. The dragons taught about the laws of the universe. They taught about kindness. They taught about love and compassion. They taught about patience and tolerance. These were instilled into the children, so by the time they grew up, they had these qualities inside of them. Harmony and peace resided throughout the land. Mind you, there were minor squabbles, but man knew how to work it out. No weapons were needed. How could you kill someone when you would kill yourself? Each human understood the basic laws of life. The light ruled in this land. Anger, greed, and hate were no longer on this land. This was peaceful times. The Indians called this the Sat Yuga, which means the age of light. They believed there is a cycle from darkness to light. This cycle takes around 24,000 years or more, depending upon who you talk to. These were peaceful times. One day, a little quarrel broke out. It started so simply and blew out of proportion. This led to war. Now, war is something the dragons don't tolerate. You have free will. One by one, the dragons saw that man didn't listen to them. One by one, the dragons left and never came back. This is the results we have today. Yet there's one big difference. We're going into the golden age. The cycle continues. The lyrics of the song. My brother John and I collaborate together to make these music sayings. I'm not sure what to call them. Around 17 years ago, I went to a poetry convention where a member of the Doors gave a poetry reading. It wasn't an ordinary reading. It combined music and poetry together. I never heard anything quite like that. I was mesmerized. A few years later, a friend sends me a CD of poems by Rumi. Each poem had a different famous person reading the poetry and music behind it. To make a long story short, my brother starts to create music almost out of nowhere. Now, at that time, we were in the early 60s, yet both of us learned that we had something special. No, you may not think so. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Yet, we have been meditating combined for 92 years. We've been around the block a few times. We love to meditate. Many people don't. From the beginning, we loved it. Meditation was our hobby. Both of us try to go deep inside and the creativity come out. It's kind of like surfing. One sits in the ocean and all of a sudden a wave comes in. You catch the wave and have the ride of your life. In the same way, you sit still and listen. The wave of life comes in and you ride it. Now, We are professionals, yet we are amateurs. An amateur loves what he is doing. We may break many rules when it comes to this, yet day by day we are learning. We love what we do. Our audience is small. We don't actively promote ourselves. We just feel to be compelled to do this. You see, we're beginning to see signposts of God everywhere. Our message is hope during these crazy times. We love humanity. The Master. When I was young, I believed that man needed a master or guru in one's life. After many moons, my viewpoint has changed. Look, this is a practical path. Spirituality is a moment-by-moment affair. Every single moment you're walking on a spiritual path. This isn't a path where you pay $5 for an offering and call it quits. I did my religious moment for the week. You are the universe. You are the master. You just don't know it. Now, I'm not knocking any teachers or gurus. Each of them helped humanity along the way. But the truth is, God lies inside your heart, waiting to be discovered. All the great masters said they would come back. What if all of them are here, but not in a human form? What if they are part of the earth and magnetics? What if every step you take, the great masters take those same steps with you? The signpost of God is everywhere. We just don't see them. What if we take a conscious step? I'm going to try to be aware of the joy inside, moment by moment. There is no conversion. There's no external organization telling you what to do. Day by day, you cultivate kindness. Day by day, you cultivate patience and tolerance. Day by day, you cultivate love and compassion. These are the building blocks of the universe. When you align yourself with these qualities, the universe begins to align with you. You will be a shining light on this planet. People wonder why you are so happy. You don't complain hardly at all. This is the path where ultimately we must walk. Your teacher or guru can't walk a single step for you. Yes, take these teachings to heart, put them into practice. If you do, you will make your teacher or guru proud. A master loves to see his student succeed. That's why they teach. Ponder this over. It may ruffle a few feathers. The master is you. Open your heart to find your true nature. mighty dragons. Those are the days when man embraced the mighty dragons within. There is a land of wisdom within, if you only open the door. Once upon a time, dragons existed in this land. This was the last golden age. Mind you, it was many moons ago. You see, dragons live a very long time, thousands of years. They went through the same human conditions we did. War, hate, greed, intolerance. Somewhere along the way, they discovered how to cultivate and discover their true nature. Those who did this flew away to the Far East. You can even see today the difference between the West and the East when it comes to dragons. In the West, people are afraid of dragons. The dragons have a lot of fire and wrath. They can toast you like a marshmallow. Well, in the East, dragons are a different story. Children love the dragons. They can hardly wait for dragons to come out so they can play. China is probably the country who totally revered the dragons. You can't go anywhere in China without seeing a painting or a statue of a dragon. Long ago, a golden age existed. The dragons transformed themselves from darkness into light. Granted, it took thousands of years. But when they transformed themselves, they began to teach the young children. At first, it was done in secret. People, even in China, were extremely wary of dragons. The children learned how to transform themselves. The dragon showed them the way to open the door inside. The children grew up and had families. Their kids learned from the dragons. Slowly, over time, hundreds of generations had the same dragon teacher. A golden age was born. We are in the midst of a great transformation for man. Millions of people are waking up from their slumber. Ponder this over. A golden age is at hand. Darkness isn't going away for good. The sunrise is occurring.
What does it say as a country when our president constantly says the media is fake news? What does that say about our country? For over a century, the world has looked at the U.S. for inspiration. Our media has been recognized as world class. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's been at the forefront for years. We had Walter Cronkite, who was a major figure in the 60s and 70s. We have a president who criticizes all the major media outlets. He is making our media and nation a laughingstock to the world. I firmly believe he wants the United States to be divided. He wants a major split to occur. Never in my life I have seen a bull in the China store. What is occurring today? Al Franklin resigned grabbing some woman's breast. Now, I don't approve of that. Yet we have a president and Roy Moore who are still in office. Dozens of women have come forward along with the sex tape where the president clearly talks about his actions in a boastful manner. Roy Moore is accused of having sexual relationships with minors. He is running for office and gets full support from the president and the Republican Party. If a Republican did this, they would rally for their ouster. The president calls it fake news about him and for Roy Moore. It's about time that men realize what they are doing. Women are being victimized. Thousands of women daily have to face being harassed by men. The men might think it's cute or being manly. It's an insult to women. Men have no right to behave this way. I remember as a kid, my friends would say, "Wow, look at her tits." I could not relate at all. Girls were not objects. Girls were not some possession that you could do anything you like. This mentality is still alive today. I'm proud of the women who are speaking up. It takes courage to say something. How many women's lives have been affected by this? Almost all my female friends on Facebook have said there has been some incident in the past of being harassed. I pray this is the turning point for mankind. Perils of being young. Yesterday, I talked to my mom. We had a conversation about the perils of being young. When you are young, I thought I knew all the answers. I thought I was really mature. In fact, I was sour grapes. I had no clue on life. I was a ship without a rudder. It takes time to develop the bottle of fine wine. A great transformation had to happen. I'm glad how I turned out. The journey in life is definitely not smooth. It's worth it. I spent most of my life trying to improve in all areas of my life. I lead my life where my actions allow me to sleep soundly. No wonder the president tweets in the early mornings, he can't sleep. When you are young, you have no benchmarks in life. Even when you're walking on this path, it's not obvious. Yet, signposts are everywhere. The older I get, the more I'm aware of the effect of my actions. I'm constantly fine-tuning the guitar of life. I understand the trigger points in my life and know what to do if they get triggered. The wise men in the past could simply smile and laugh in the face of adversity. I'm getting there, but not all the time. I guess that's why I love life. There's so many ways to improve yourself. There will never be a moment where you can clap your hands and say, I've learned everything. I've been a software engineer for many moons. Every day there's a new technology to learn. You can never rest on your laurels. It teaches myself that life is constantly an adventure and a mystery. It changes moment by moment. When you are young, we get lost in the moments. We really haven't figured anything out. Most of my friends we know have been taught by our teachers and elders. We have our friends, but probably ever have any serious discussions on life. Quite frankly, we are skimming the surface of life, and yet we think we know the depths of the ocean. Ponder this over. What would you say on the pearls of being young? I love the personal touch. I have traveled the four corners of the earth. My most memorable moments have been eating foods with families. The cook, usually the mother or grandmother, would prepare an incredible meal with love. It would be a simple meal, yet it was truly food for the soul. I've been in many first-class restaurants and nothing could even touch it. The personal touch adds true meaning to life. It's like the gods are raising their glasses and saying, wow. Humanity at that moment is praising life. They love to share a meal with you. You are a guest in their house. It's like you're the Lord and you come to visit for a meal. I have found the poor have incredible hearts throughout the lands. They are generous towards everyone. They have that personal touch and add that to all parts of their lives. They may be poor, but they are rich in life. I feel millions of people are waking up and wanting to add the personal touch in all areas of life. I can't quite explain it, but I see in the eyes of humanity an urge truly to be united. Man is tired of fighting and bickering. With the advent of the internet, we want to feel we are one. There's another way to act and be. Kindness is truly the answer. Hate and anger is from the past. It never solved anything. It just added gasoline to the fire of life. I hope you will ponder over what I'm saying. Kindness is not weakness. Hate and anger is a sign of weakness. To be kind in any situation shows great strength. Look at ways in your life where you can add the personal touch. Maybe it might be a simple smile to someone on the street. We all have unique and personal touches we can do.